just getting started!
Yo, what is going on all my wonderful but amazing viewers? It's your boy, Real Game is back with another video, and hey, thank you everybody. Thank you for just taking the time of your day to stop by and tune in, all my new and current viewers, so really helps out the channel, and thank you a lot. Now, getting straight into what the video is about, which is Ice PREC. Now, personally, I am a huge fan of Ice, just from how OP it used to be back in the day, but then again, even with us being PREC now, the power still dishes out a lot of damage, especially with the PI interactions. The way I'll explain this video is like so, showing you guys each of my range and single target loadouts, just giving some pointers as to how I personally use my rotation, which if you guys have any different rotations that you possibly use, please understand that this isn't a difficult power. I do consider Ice as one of the easiest PREC powers because it's self-explanatory. I do consider this as one of the easier PREC powers just because you're applying a move then letting your weapon damage take over, which I mean Ice is really strong. It's pretty hard to say more when there's just not much more to say. I'm going to let the numbers speak for itself, especially with my CR being as low as it is. So if you guys are ready, or if you're feeling the vibe of the video, please show the love and support by hitting the like button. Or if you're not really feeling it, you don't really have to hit the like button, but still you being here is more than enough. Possibly let's go for what, 25-30 likes, and let's get straight into it. Okay, getting straight into the first range loadout. As for the moves, we are using Ice Boulder Strike and Ice Bash, Phase Dodge and Neo Venom, finally Whirling Dervish and Robot Sidekick. As for our weapon and movement mode, we are Brawling and Super Speed. As for the iconics, there's nothing too special about our list, and finally our stats. Now, something I would like to point out is Ice Boulder Strike, and with it being affected by the Grimm's PI, it just dumps out a lot of damage. A way of explaining Ice Boulder Strike is for my players that have been playing the game for a while. If you remember the Heat Vision patch that they made a while back, basically it took the explosion from hitting all the nearby adds for its full damage to it being basically nerfed. Which, please don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this move needs a nerf or anything, but it just hits hard, especially with adds being nearby, which damage normally splits. As you guys see with my numbers, I'm hitting really hard, especially with my CR being as low as it is. Imagine if you guys had max CR. Now, getting straight into our next range loadout, which we are using Resonating Gale, and with this move, this is our dot that we're applying to the adds, and keep in mind, the dot lasts for around 3 to 4 ticks. Something else to mention is this move does inflict the PI, which is Frostbite, which if you would like to take off the Grim and possibly put on the EOG, that's an option. Although with the move not doing any damage on impact, the move still does leave a tick, which keep in mind, Ice doesn't have too many ticks other than Winry Tempest. But yeah, there's not too much to really mention about this move, although it does hit pretty hard, and although you may not be pulling adds in the hallway, this move still hits a good number of adds that are possibly spread out from one another. As you guys see with my damage, these are my numbers and here's what I'm hitting for. Now getting straight into our first single target loadout. As for the moves, we're using Winry Tempest and Ice Bash, Phase Dodge and Robot Sidekick, which you can replace it with the other one as well, then finally Whirling Dervish and Neo Venom. Now getting straight into the rotation, something to mention right away is Winry Tempest and our weapon buff. They basically have the same cooldown, which means you can pop them at the same time. And finally, for the one move that's normally off a cooldown, which is Phase Dodge. Now personally, this is just me, but I have no issue waiting for my other two moves to come off a cooldown to clip all three at the same time. But if you're looking for that one move to possibly pop repeatedly, then switch it out for Vortex. For those possibly wanting a deeper explanation on Vortex, Phase Dodge, and Whirling Dervish as clipping moves, I made a Quantum video that I will leave at the end of this video, so you guys can possibly go and check it out. Plus, I explained it a bit more in that video because Quantum does rely on most of the 3 clipping moves, so hey. I'm going to show one more parser, then switch it up, so stay tuned. On to the next loadout, and with using Resonating Gale, this is going to be your fast cooldown move that comes off a cooldown every 2 to 3 seconds. And be aware, with using a move that comes off a cooldown this quickly and that also applies a dot, you don't need to spam this move at all. The way I normally apply the move is like so, just applying the move once, then possibly doing my weapon rotation once or twice, then finally just reapplying the move, which some may question why wait so long, but then again, PREC is all about weapon damage, and the more combos you have, the more damage you do. So to say it in simple terms, spamming Resonating Gale won't help your rotation, especially with it leaving a dot, and unfortunately with ice, dots don't stack. So anyways, as you guys see with my damage, I'm hitting some high 90s going into the 100Ks, and just imagine if you were max CR. Plus, I don't know how many of you guys have elite gear for your infinity mods, although generator mods do help just as much. Now getting straight into our gear mods, and here's what we're running with. The only mods I would take notice of are obviously your helmet, chest, or even leg mod. For your helmet, run any supercharge mod, and as for your chest, you could do core strength, or you can possibly run the extended supercharge mod, but then again for your leg piece, you're running Wintry Tempest. And finally for the artifacts, I'm running the strategist card, transformation card, and the grim. And finally for my players who love doing supercharges, you could do the scrap of the soul cloak if you don't have the chest mod on, or you could do EOG, which just replace the EOG for your grim. And just like that, we are closing in on the video, and I hope you guys have all found this video helpful or somewhat useful, which I don't believe this power is too hard to understand, but then again, some players may not catch it as fast as others. But as for my thoughts about this power, I do believe it's a good power for you to switch to or even try out. Although some say you need the EOG for every PREC power you go to, which I don't know why. With ice, you can still pull off some moderate damage with the scrap of the soul cloak or even blizzard in, which as you guys know with blizzard, yeah, that hits hard. Not to mention snow devil or even ice elemental, which I didn't talk about those two moves at all, but those are still some good choices for your rotation, especially snow devil. But anyways, I'm going to call it here. I'm going to stop talking, and I hope you guys have all enjoyed. Please let me know in the comment section what I could have said differently or what I forgot to include, which the comments, I replied to all my comments, so please, if you possibly know something that I missed, please inform me. It doesn't hurt. Anyways, I will catch you on my next video, so please enjoy.